Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Roy from the BreezeWay, and recently I've had a few people write me and ask me what kind of equipment I use for the live shows, so I'm going to run through a little bit of it. It's actually a lot simpler than most people think. Like, I usually use a Gibson Les Paul as the main electric guitar. It's a real comfortable guitar, real easy guitar to play, and it adds a little bit of professionalism and confidence getting to play like Les Paul on stage. But yeah, run the Les Paul, goes into a chromatic tuner, and then from there it goes into the wah-wah pedal, which is an effect, and then from there it goes into a Fender Stage 160 amp. That's 160 watts of solid state, and I use both the clean and distortion sounds comes right from that amp. I don't use any other pedals other than the wah-wah. You got the foot switch there to switch your channels. So it's a real simple setup. I try to keep it simple. We try to put an SM57 on the speaker, which this amp has two 12-inch speakers, and I always mic the right one. And I've always noticed the SM57 just brings out a real good sound, and it's the mic that I'm used to using, and I try to use it whenever I can. And that all goes into the amp, and end up getting a sound. Maybe I'll try playing a little riff from a song called Go that was from the BreezeWay's 'Cause I Said So album. So that's my basic sound right there. That's the distortion that I like to use, like especially at the live shows. In the studio, I'll use a lot of different varieties of guitars and different guitar sounds. But when it comes to live, this is the setup that I like to use. I was talking about the wah-wah pedal a little bit earlier. I'll show you a little bit about what that does. As you know, the wah-wah gives it just a little bit of an extra sound there. If you're playing a guitar solo, I've noticed that it really helps spice the solo up a little bit if you have a little bit of wah-wah going on there. And that's my go-to effect. That's the only effect I use other than distortion. Alright, and then I also have another Les Paul here. It's almost the same as this other Les Paul, just different color. That one's a Merlot color. That's my number 2 Les Paul. This is always the go-to one, first one. And I even sometimes use a Dean Evo guitar. It's a great backup guitar in case I pop a string on one of these Les Pauls. It's real easy to use. And this thing plays real similar to a Les Paul. You know, it's not nearly as expensive, not as nice, but it plays awesome. Alright, let's see, we got the acoustic guitar. Which most of the electric shows and some of the bigger shows, we always try to throw in a few acoustic songs just to, you know, change it up a little bit. And my preferred acoustic guitar to use is a Taylor. This one's a 214 CE model. And then this is my second Taylor I've ever had. The first one got lost on a flight after our 2015 England tour, but the insurance money bought this new one here. And again, it adds a little bit of confidence really when you're playing a Taylor. You know you're playing a good instrument. You know it's not going to mess up on you. And so acoustic guitar wise, this is my guitar right here, the Taylor guitar. That's what I like to use. And for a vocal mic, I always like to go with the SM58. For me, it's the perfect vocal mic. It works awesome. It's easy, but I think it does well with my voice. I always have it set up on a boom stand, and it's always up and angled down a little bit so I can reach up, try to catch the notes. Helps me sing easier. Yeah, I don't always get to use the 58 depending on what venue we're playing, what the PA system situation is, but whenever I can, this is the mic I like to use, the SM58. So you've seen a lot of the equipment I use here. Basically a real simple setup, a small solid state amp. Minimal effects, just distortion, clean, and wah-wah. And it's nice having nice equipment, expensive equipment, but it all starts with being a good player. So make sure you practice as much as you can, and I'll see you at the next live show. Thanks a lot, y'all.